Hey, Stina. Thank you for
Hey
joining us.
Claire,
Hey,
thank you
we
for
finally
having
got you
me.
on. I finally got you on my channel, and you could tell them I really hounded you, didn't I?
Oh
I
yes,
get that. I
terribly.
did.
No.
I'm terribly. I get my women and men. I get them. I stay with it until I win. I'm very determined because I have to admire what you're doing with your channel. I love it. I love the honesty. I
Oh,
love the
thank
fun.
you. Thank
And more
you.
than anything, I love the humor. So for all of you who may not be familiar with Stina Marie, she's on Twitter. She has her YouTube channel, which I have linked down below. She does makeup unboxings and she's real. She's like not it's not, I would say you're not typical in the presentation, would you? Like it's nice, but you're not I don't know, it's relatable. That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Yeah,
real
it's not as
and
scripted
relatable.
or yeah, it's not
Right.
as like
And
scripted or I don't know. I don't know. I work retail though, so I was talking to somebody, I was like, I feel like my salesperson voice comes out sometimes when I start talking about products, but other than that, I try to be more
mhm.
down to earth.
No, but you're fair and it's relatable. It's like an unboxing and product makeup product channel for real women in real life situations, like the real deal, like the real average, not your like rich person that can afford 10,000, all of that, and it's not exactly Dollar General either. It's like the real everyday, gambit, and that's what I enjoyed about it. And then you're funny, which always is a good thing, is bring your humor wherever you go, and it's going to be great. And on that
Yes.
note, you know what I have planned for you, right?
I think so.
You,
I don't know. I'm kind of
well,
scared. I'm kind of scared now. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Just
No,
kidding.
I can assure you that no one has ever been harmed permanently, at least, on an AIT stream ever.
Okay.
We could go that far. One's
Well, as long as
ever.
it's not permanent.
It's not going to be permanent. Whatever happens to you on my stream will be at least temporary. It will not be a permanent situation whatsoever. So we have that to go with, at least. That's the only disclaimer I can give you. Unless, of course, like your ribs could hurt from laughing too hard, or you could choke on something stupid I say, because I say stuff like stuff falls out of my mouth all the time. Or,
Spit my drink out, maybe stain my
yeah,
shirt, stuff like that.
stay, stuff like that, but nothing you can't recover from. I think you're gonna survive, And if not, I'm not gonna tie you to it. Anytime you're uncomfortable, just leave if you want, and I'll just have to, suffer the consequences myself. But I will try really hard not to make it too difficult for you at all.
Oh
So
no,
our
I'm
first
sure it
one.
will be fine.
All right. So I hope you're ready, chat, because I got some good ones here for you. And pay attention, they're short, because we're not going to redo. We got some quick, short ones here, but they're really full of stuff. Am I the asshole for getting annoyed at my friend for always talking about his ex? We've all been there. So he and his girlfriend broke up roughly 1 month ago because she cheated, and since then, everything changed. That's all he talks about. And I mean all he talks about. He can't even have a normal conversation without saying something like, laugh my ass off, I feel like crying because of my ex. She was perfect. And I get so fed up. He even started bailing on our plans, and his excuses because I was crying about my ex. So I got annoyed today and said, if you talk about your ex or how you cried, I'll lose my shit, dude. Or your own personality trait lately has been that you're heartbroken over your ex. I know breakups are hard, but I'm so fed up with it. Later on, I did feel bad, but then again, I feel like he deserves it. So am I the asshole? What do you
Oh.
there? I know it's hard, right?
I think um I'm gonna say he is the asshole. I think it
Yeah,
is a
because
he,
like,
right?
yeah,
Because
you know what? Yeah, go on.
well, I was just gonna say I don't know. I mean, feel like that one I need more information. Like, did he try to console him at all at first, or is it just like the guy's, I don't know. It's just that, I mean, it's just, I understand where he's coming from, but I feel like that's kind of a conversation he should be having with himself in his head, not with his actual heartbroken friend.
Exactly. Like, okay, you're annoyed, but do you have to tell the guy that's upset that how annoyed you are? Or isn't there another friend you could like talk to about it first before you like say something to him like that? Like a little support. Or I get it. But I also know that don't we all get annoyed with that? Like if someone is going on and on and on about the same thing, you want to go like, snap out of it. Especially since he's saying, oh, she's perfect. She cheated on him. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
I would have a talk with my friend too. I just think I would have a different kind of a talk.
Yeah, like, come on, a little reality, please. Like this is little like, yeah.
And now he gave the poor guy other ammo, because now this guy's going to go to their other friends and be like crying that his girlfriend broke up with him, and then he's going to be crying that the friend broke up with him. So he's a double asshole, because all the other friends are going to have to suffer with this crying friend because of what he said to him.
Mm-hmm. No, I exactly, just giving them ammo. Okay, that's it. Here they go. Mrs. Cassandra is saying, it's only been a month, so his wounds are still fresh. Yeah, we get that. It's a little harsh, right? Like, is there a time frame on when you get over a breakup, depending on how it is? Some of us, maybe we've dated, that asshole, and you're over it in a couple hours. They say, well, I'm done. And you're like, okay. And you go. But then sometimes you're really involved, and that could take a while. What if it's like a big breakup? You've been married for 10, 15 years. You're supposed to just go your merry way in a month and everything's just fine. No repercussions. Like you're not shell shocked and, haven't been through a whole bunch. It's hard. I think his friends should be more supportive. And I do. Christopher always said, I would continue to support them, but I wouldn't let it be the entire conversation every time. Exactly. Maybe there's a way, right, Stina, that he
maybe
could
try to like steer the conversation away. Like maybe go out and do something where you have to talk about whatever you're doing, like some kind of activity or something, instead of talking about your feelings. Maybe try to distract them instead. I don't know.
Exactly. Keep it moving, because if you're just sitting there talking with not doing anything, then, it's going to get to that point. But if you keep them active and moving around and changing the subject and stuff like that, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Maybe he needs to help him redirect his thoughts, because the poor gentleman seems a little overwhelmed. Although I do admit we've all been there, that we get tired of hearing the same thing all the time. And you just have to find the right way, I guess, to approach it, because you still want to be supportive. But you don't really want to drive yourself crazy to where you're saying something unkind like he just did, like, ugh,
Exactly.
He just basically told him his feelings doesn't matter. And that's not appropriate for a friend to do, But Mrs. Cassandra says being cheated on is the ultimate betrayal. I agree. I do. John, sounds like the OP, the original poster, was guilty of letting his frustration build up. Then he exploded on the whiner instead of being more sympathetic and try to ease him away from talking about her. Exactly. Yes. I don't see any effort in that post. Like Stina was saying, I'd like more information, right? Because I want to know that he tried to get him to do other stuff, that he tried to help move him forward a little, because it just sounds cold the way he's saying it. But I don't know. Jersey Jojo said, I would make a deal with him. Every time he mentions the ex, he has to watch a la video. Okay. Are you happy now, Jersey Jojo, that you got to say that? Because you're probably going through withdrawals because there was no video last night for you to say that on. But that's pretty cool. She loves them. She loves them. But I don't know. That's kind of harsh, making him watch that video. If you ask me, I don't know. But all right, I think you guys are ready to vote. Oh, John
No,
says, oh,
not the cupcake video. No,
yeah,
no.
no, that's the worst portion. Was he really that bad, John? Come on. Like, you're coming at him with all the guns if you make him watch the Toad Cupcake video. I don't know.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know. I don't know. All right. So we're going to vote. I think you're all already. I think most of you kind of agree with us, but we'll see. If you think the op writer, the original poster, is the asshole for not allowing his friend to vent and actually telling him to stop whining, if he's the asshole, vote number 1. If the whining, whinging friend is the asshole, vote number 2. If they're both assholes, if they're both assholes, vote number 3. Number 4 here, Stina, is yay porn, but you've heard the videos, so you know it's always yay porn.
See, I think the original asshole in this probably is the girlfriend.
Oh yeah, you know, let's give her
close. The friend is a very close second.
Yeah, let's give the girlfriend a number. Let's give her number 6 because she is definitely an asshole. So for me, I'm gonna do 1 and 6 and 4, and then our friend Chris is always the asshole until I get this trending. So I gotta type in 8 for Chris. That is someone I did a stream on, and he drop beared me. Do you know about drop bears in Australia that do not exist? That they tried to convince me exist. Not nice, huh? Now you know. It's like, okay. Welcome, Uncovering. I don't know. If anybody else is having any issues, let me know. I will check.
Your sound was a little bit crackly. It was crackling a little bit on my end, but it's not now. It was for a minute, but it's not now.
Okay. I am going to, they say you need to be a little bit louder. I'm going to check that. Okay. Let's see. All right. And we'll see how that is. Hopefully that is better.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is it still crackly for you? I am? I don't know.
No, you're fine on my end.
Oh, good. All right. All right. So it looks like most people were agreeing with us that the girlfriend is the asshole, and the operator. And a lot of people say yay porn. I'm all for you guys, yay porn. Oh yes, I forgot, Nikki, my fun. Number 5, the fun for the bear run, which is I've never been to a strip club, Stina. I know.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a mayhem thing. I don't know. It came up on an AIT, I believe, though, and now it's a mayhem thing. They want to start a fundraiser for me to go to a strip club.
You've never been to a strip club?
No, isn't that shocking? Yeah, you've heard my mayhems, right? You've heard the way we go.
Yes.
And yeah, is it that shocking? I am a naive bear. I am. I have never been to a strip club. Although I can imagine I would admire, and I think I would enjoy it. I have been to a ladies' bachelorette party where strippers showed up. Okay. You know, I had that. And we got the whole gamut of the uniforms, but was not the strip club.
I think the last time I was in Vegas, I went to Chippendales. That was fun. And I've been to female strip clubs as well. I actually have a couple of friends that were dancers when we were in college. So I've been to a few.
Oh, well, maybe when we get this fundraiser, we get enough people to go. Sounds like you have the experience I need to guide me through and the humor.
There you go. Yes, there you go.
Well, there you go. I need someone with experience. I know, John, you offered to take me to some of the best, and I'm gonna, if we get this fundraiser going, I may take you up on that, because if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like, I want to know the whole thing. What it's like. I want to go to a male one. I want to go to a female one. I want to have the whole gamut. You know, I want to see what it's like. I mean, you only get a stripper's fundraiser once, right? Strip club fundraiser once. You might as well live it up. So on that, I'm going to bring up your next one. Are you ready? Looks like most everybody was like agreeing with us, especially that the girlfriend was an asshole. Maybe we should have talked to that guy. I felt for him. You ready? Here we go.
Yes.
I'm going to give you. Well, where'd it go? Come on. There it is. I'm am a 19-year-old female. My mother always used to make me hug people I didn't want to, typically old friends of hers whom I hadn't even met before then. And when I was young, I did it because I didn't think I had much of a choice. Now, to my knowledge, she and my sister thoroughly believes that people should be able to do what they want with their bodies and not let anyone tell them what to do with it. And yet nowadays, whenever I don't want to hug someone, not because I don't like them, but simply because a lot of hugs make me feel like I'm being buried alive, I'm either guilt tripped into hugging them or berated afterwards, typically making me feel like an asshole. The biggest problem is when my sister wants physical affection, typically hugs or cuddles, and I simply don't want to. Not because I don't love her, but because I don't like hugs. Whenever I refuse or go metaphorically kicking and screaming, usually after being guilted, she interprets that as a slight against her. And my mother always thinks I should hug my sister whenever she wants, without even considering my feelings on the matter. Because I don't like it isn't a good enough excuse. My mother and sister send me mixed messages. Don't let anyone tell you what to do with your body. You have to do this, otherwise I'll be disappointed. And it just makes me feel like an asshole. Well, that's a mouthful from such a person, but I can understand where she's coming from with that. What do you think, Stina?
I think the mom and the sister need to just hug each other and leave the other girl out of it.
There, you see? That's compromise, communication and compromise. Oh, you don't like it? Here, hug each other. You guys like it? Hug each other. Right. It's just, I don't understand why people, if someone tells you you're uncomfortable, why do you force them to do anything? Anything. Like a hug or, yeah.
I don't understand it, why, but I understand, like, I know the feeling, like, of, like, I don't know, when you're a kid and, like, when your grandma would, like, kiss you on the cheek or something, and it was kind of like, you know? But
right
now it's like, now that she's older, she should be able to say, like, definitely that she's uncomfortable with it. And I don't feel like she's an asshole for feeling that way if she's just not a touchy-feely kind of a person, because not everyone is a touchy-feely kind of a person. So
exactly. Yeah, I agree. You have more. Go. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I was just thinking if the mom and the sister want so many hugs, they could just hug each other. I don't know why they got to bring her into it.
Right. It's not like there's a hug shortage. Like, you just leave the person alone that doesn't want to hug. There's always somebody else who does. I'm a big hugger. There's people in my family who are not, and you just have to respect boundaries. There's that 3-space rule. Don't go into somebody's 3-foot space without being invited, even if they're family. Okay. I get it. You just don't, want to force contact on anyone for any reason whatsoever. John said, no one is entitled to physical contact with someone if they don't want to. I agree. Stacy says, I'm not a hugger, so off the bat, I'm going to say, not the asshole. Ha, ha, ha. I agree with you. You don't even need the ha, ha, ha's. People are how they feel they should be touched, or people coming into their space, It's like,
I agree.
I hug everyone. I hug everyone too, but if they tell me they're uncomfortable, then I listen. And I'm sure you do too, Christopher. I'm sure you listen if somebody tells you not. I'm so glad I know what that peach emoji. Oh, that's not what I didn't want to put that one up, but thank you. I'm glad you figured out what it means now too. It's cute. Oh. I'm going in and out. Okay, I have to say, is my sound good with you right now? I don't know.
Yeah, it went out a little bit and then it went back in.
Right. I am robot intermittently. I will have to apologize. I have a new neighbor who decided to play very loud music outside, and I think some of it is infiltrating into my room and affecting the mic. If I turn the mic down, you won't be able to hear me for it to pick up. So I'm trying to balance it between the two, and I'm hoping that it will fade away, that they keep stopping intermittently. So I'm going to just try to get StreamYard to even it out for me. Uncovering says, I'm a hugger. My husband can't stand people in his space, except for me, of course, but he likes my boobs against him. It is what it is. I go with that. I mean, naked hugging probably could increase hugging in most cases. But also you may want to hug immediate family different than you do strangers. I don't really like, forcing children or relatives or anybody to have contact with each other if they really don't want to, because some people just don't like it, and then they feel bad if they don't want to, like it means something. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything if you don't want to hug people. It just means you don't like it. I often fight with my mother because my youngest has sensory issues and doesn't like to be touched. It's a whole thing because my Peruvian mother can't understand that. I understand that issue so well, Pretend. I get that. Each child is different, and I do deal with a child that absolutely does not like to be touched unless they touch you first. And often will give hugs out like a big circle without touching your body, like it's an air hug, but won't actually touch you. They know that hugs mean that you care, or you're saying hello or goodbye or something in a family, our family anyway. And they're trying to make do with it, but it does get uncomfortable for them. So I understand that when relatives don't want to understand the issue that a child or even a young adult or adult, like this girl's 19 years old. And here's the thing, she's getting mixed messages. What do you think about that, Stina? She's saying, my mom tells me to do whatever I want with my body, that it's my choice, not anybody else's. But then, yeah, you must hug your sister. You must.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know if the mom's just not like putting herself in the girl's shoes or what, but it's like I understand mom's trying to, I guess 19 is an important age, to make sure that girls know, like, no means no. No one can touch you if you don't want them to. That's important to teach people that. But then if you're like, oh, no means no unless it's me, that's not a good thing to teach. So
exactly. No, Stacy says, I tell people they need a hug. I can call my mom. She'll hug everybody. I agree. My mom was like that too. She would hug everybody, or me. If someone demands a hug, you can tell them, if you need attention so badly, get a puppy. They'll lick your face too. Yes, that's a cool. Oh my gosh. So I think everybody's in agreement here that it's not good to have the double message for the young woman, and really to, like, everybody should be able to choose for sure. So, all right, we're going to go. All right. You ready, Stina?
Yeah.
We're ready to vote. All right. If you think the original poster, the OP, is the asshole, the 19-year-old girl who just wants a straight message from her mom and wants to be able to choose who she hugs or when she hugs, then vote number 1. If you think the sister, wait, how do we do this? I guess it's the sister and the mother together, because they're saying the same thing. If the sister and the mother together are the assholes for giving mixed messages about being in control of your body, but at the same time, hug me, please, now. That's not fair. If they are the assholes, the sister and the mother, vote number 2. If all 3 of them are assholes, it'll be number 3. If 4 is always yay porn, I'm always a sufficient answer. 5 is the GoFundMe for the strip club. And again, Chris is always the asshole, number 8. Sorry, Chris, I just have to. But where are you voting? Where are you voting on this, Steve?
I'm gonna go with 2, definitely 2, because the mom and the sister, they just shouldn't be making her do something she's uncomfortable with.
Right.
And I definitely support your fun to go to the strip club. So that was number 5. Number 5,
what a trooper. Yeah. That is so good. You're such a trooper. You are such a trooper. But that's where I'm going. And it looks like everybody is agreeing that mom and sister need to get their stories straight and not be giving mixed messages. Give one message. If you want to say hug everybody, fine, but don't say that she's in control of her body when you won't give her control of her own body and who touches it. That's not fair. There was not a but after that statement. When you tell somebody they have that control, you don't say but so and so, or but when this happens. It's one or the other. So I don't even think mom is happy about giving that mixed message. Maybe she doesn't understand that's what she's doing.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she's thinking about it in terms of maybe like guys that the young lady's dating or strangers, stuff like that. I don't think she's
Mhm.
thinking about it as her or her sister hugging them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like it. Dogwood, you always have the best words. The do good letters. I said dogwood. I apologize. It's the do good letters. Mom and sister are poo poo heads. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you on that one. Poo poo heads. What is this, Mrs. Cassandra? I have no idea, but it's a long series of numbers. It's everything, I guess. She's voting for everything. Okay. Uh, on that, it looks like everybody is agreeing with us, except for Mrs. Cassandra, because I have no idea what that vote was. But you could explain it to me later, Mrs. Cassandra, I hope. Um, on that, are you ready? I don't know. I'm just going to come at you, Stina. You're
I'm
good at this.
ready. I'm ready. I
You're,
just turned my mic up a little bit because people are saying I sounded quiet. I just want to see, do I sound okay now? If the chat
oh,
can tell me.
I saw that prior, and I turned you up a little bit. Um, what up? It's I don't know. I'm getting messages that it's privately that it's okay, that you sound good. So
Okay,
thank you.
perfect.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
awesome.
Awesome. Here we go. Am I the asshole for letting a girl see my for not letting for refusing to let a girl see my phone at the supermarket after accusing me of recording her? Yeah, this one takes a little longer. It's a couple paragraphs, but I am a 21-year-old male. I drove to the supermarket to do some grocery shopping for mom. She can't drive right now and she lives alone. I grabbed my cart and got everything that was on my list. The place was packed and the register was crowded. I stood in the line behind a girl that looked in her early 20s, I think. Anyway, I stood in the line behind her, waiting for my turn, while the cashier was working fast. Despite that, I still had to wait for a while. The girl in front of me, for some reason, kept turning around and started huffing and puffing. I ignored her and pulled my phone out to check my girlfriend's text. She turned around and saw the phone in my hand, then made eye contact. She then freaked out, claiming I was video recording her from behind. I was like, what? My phone was pointed towards her back, yes, but I wasn't recording her. I told her I wasn't recording her and turned to the left with my phone to not bother her and get her to stop. She suddenly demanded to see my phone, but I refused to show her. That made her assume I had something to hide or was buying time to delete the video I took of her. She made huge fuss, causing other customers to tell me to show her my phone and get this over with. But I said hell no, because I won't let a stranger look at my intimate text with my girlfriend. She made loud noises, telling everyone that I was looking at her in a weird way, as if I was checking her out, and felt that I was recording her from behind. She got the manager involved, and he wanted to convince me to do it since I had nothing to hide. But I ended up lashing out at them both and leaving the cart full and walking out. I felt terrible since I frequent this supermarket, and after what happened there, I might not come back. I told mom what happened, and she said I was in the wrong and made a big deal out of it and should have showed that girl my phone to ease her mind instead of acting stubborn and causing a scene at our favorite shopping place. Am I the asshole?
Oh gosh. No. Well, I think the
Mm,
girl is definitely the asshole, but I do
right.
think he could have handled that a little better. I understand his point about not wanting to show because he wasn't doing anything wrong, but I think that I don't know, it seems like it kind of backfired and made it an even bigger kind of a scene. But I don't
It,
think
it,
that he was doing anything wrong.
I don't think, I mean, he's just texting with his girlfriend, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I,
that girl is definitely the asshole thinking everything is all about her.
right. It's like, and he was just had his phone out. Why, if somebody has their phone out, do you think that they're recording you? Maybe she had a bad experience. I don't know. but I don't think your prior experiences is a reason for treating other people poorly. I mean, she obviously has an issue, but he told her he wasn't doing it. Why did she keep at it? And why does she feel entitled to see his phone? That's insane. Like Jersey Jojo says, Karen alert here. Definite Karen alert. Like, I can't imagine acting like that.
I mean, I can, like, I guess if she legitimately thought he was filming her and she said something to him, I can see if it would have stopped there, like, that would be understandable. And then, but when he says, no, I'm not, and turns around and isn't looking at her, why would she start demanding? And even so, like, what could he have possibly filmed? Like,
like
so,
what? Her back, her shirt, maybe her being all scowly and asking for a manager. Maybe that. Maybe her being a
maybe
Karen. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, but obviously something was going on there, and I don't think he did anything wrong, except for, like you said, he kind of got some attitude after the manager got called in, because he's like, if you have nothing to hide, just show your phone. But he's like, that's not the issue. It's his phone. It's his privacy. He said he didn't do it. And if you really think he did, call a cop. Like, get, whatever.
Exactly.
Don't be harassing him. Yeah, let them handle it, Uncovering Hypocrisy says, tell the young Karen, her ass is a 2 and your girlfriend is a 10. Well, he could have. I don't think he did, but I'm sure that's what he was thinking. I'm sure he's like, why?
That's hilarious.
Like, Crystal's like, oh, no, not the manager. I know, right? Like, call the manager because you think somebody might have done something. I don't know, called the manager over, and it's not really helping over at this point because they can't make you do anything.
Oh yeah, what's the manager supposed to do? Like, come on. It's like, it's not like the cashier's ringing you up for the wrong price on something, or like someone that works there is being rude to you. It's like the manager's not going to be able to do anything about it, even if the guy was doing something. All the manager can do is ask him to leave.
Right. John is like laughing at her and saying, you wish is something I would say to the young Karen. You know what? It's yeah, if I was in that position, it sounds like something that I would say too. What about you, Stina? That's like pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Or he should have just showed her a picture of his girlfriend and been like, why would I be filming you? This is my girlfriend.
Exactly. And all he's saying is that he has private messages from his girlfriend. I honor his integrity by not exposing what him and his girlfriend talk about. I'm sure his girlfriend appreciates that. I would if I was, it's private. It's not for everybody just because some Karen thinks she's got an issue, with film. I don't know, with filming. I don't know. But anyway, Nikki says, I declare voting option 666 forever. Karen and her haircut are the asshole. Okay, yes, you can have that. We will add that. If I can remember to keep saying it, we'll keep adding it. Just keep reminding me. Oh, what's up, assholes? Hey, Sense. How are you, asshole? It's good to see you here. It's good to see you here. They are so, I love when you guys interact. Let's see. Belinda says, he could have squashed it by showing the manager. Girl's an asshole, but maybe she has a psych problem or something that makes her super paranoid. We have clients at work with these sorts of worries. I agree. I think Stina said the same thing. There was a better way for him to handle it, but he did have a point. She's definitely she might have a reason for acting that way, but she is acting a little not normal about it. Like, it's just not good,
Yeah.
But I agree. He could have showed the manager, but not his girlfriend's text, but at least his video that could prove that there's no videos of that girl. Like, just show your photo thing on the bottom.
I think maybe his last photos might have been a little risque or something. Maybe that's why he didn't want to show his phone.
You never know. It could have been if he's, exchanging things with his girlfriend. I mean, there could be a reason, so it makes it like, again, we never have enough information in these AITAs, right? We never have, like, I always want to know more. I want to know, like Belinda said, does she have some kind of problem that's making her act out like this? Was he in the middle of a really hot conversation with his girlfriend, or there's pictures on his phone that he was uncomfortable? Then I could justify more why he just stomped out of there and didn't clear it up. Or just the principle of it, principally, He is correct.
I wonder if the girlfriend was sending him pictures and the lady saw like a glimpse of a picture on the phone and thought it was her. That could have been something like that.
You know, that's something I didn't think of. Maybe she was like, and why was she staring so much at his phone though that she saw that, Stina? That's like a whole nother thing, right?
Oh, I know. She probably thought he was cute and he wasn't paying attention to her, and that's why she was like huffing and puffing because she wanted attention, and then he wasn't paying attention to her, so then she found another way to get attention.
You know what? You're probably right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking. Jersey Jojo says, I don't know. I'm worried about my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. I hear you. I hear you. Don't touch my phone. Don't look at my stuff. It's my stuff. It's private. Stay away from it. I definitely hear that. Holy crap. Do you know how long it has taken me to get what you are saying with the peach and the whole emojis? Man, I am not the sharpest crayon in the box.
That's
and
funny.
I'm sorry I didn't read that before I put it up. Lesson learned as the creator, that I'm sorry if that was, but yeah, Jersey can tell you, and Nikki. You want to know what the emojis mean? Talk to Nikki. They put them together, her and Jersey Jojo. They get it. But I think it means,
or the peach and the peach and the plug. That's a good one.
Peach and the plug. That's just, oh no. It's like, all right, so the operator, the gentleman who doesn't want to show his phone and says he did not record the young lady and stomped out of the store, and now his mom is saying he's an asshole. Vote number 1 if you think he is the asshole. If you think the girl who is causing this trouble by saying that he's recording her and demanding proof, called the manager, and forced the issue is the asshole, then she, number 2. Number 3 would be if it is the operator and the girl and the mom, because she's calling him an asshole because he stuck up the pictures.
I think
vote number 3.
The mom probably just thinks he's an asshole because she's hungry and she wanted her groceries.
Exactly.
And he left the groceries there. She's just like, I don't care what you did. I just want my dinner. What's going on?
Exactly. That store has the best sales. You can't pull this shit. Go back and apologize and get our stuff and whatever. Leave your phone home. Leave your phone home and go get the groceries. No, I get it. Number 4 would be yay porn. Number 5 is the GoFundMe for the strip club. Number 666 is if Karen's haircut is forever the asshole. And 8 is Chris. Is always going to be the asshole for a little while. All right. I know what I'm doing. I'm sticking by his principles. I'm going to say he's okay.
I went with 2, 5, and 666.
And 666, there you go. Because that haircut, that Karen haircut is gotta go. Let's see. That's kid to keep came home with no groceries. That's right, Jersey Jojo. I'm thinking Stina's got a point there. Mom, that's the only reason she got into it. It's true. But most people are saying definitely number 2 amongst other emojis. Oh, Belinda, you have even made it bigger. Poor Chris. Chris.
Oh,
poor Chris. Poor Chris. But I heard he could take it. He's got thick skin. He could take it. I'm hoping anyway, or I'm in trouble. I like this. These hashtags, Nikki, are really getting yay duck porn, bear fun for beavers and butts. Chris is always the asshole. Karen and her haircut are assholes. What's this bear fun for beavers and butts? What is that new? That's a new.
I think she meant fund, not fun.
Bear fund. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, bear fund. So I could see beavers and I get it now. See, I am naive. I need this strip club fund. Because I'm that naive. I didn't even get it. Oh my God. Yes. Oh no. Send Claire to the strip club. Thank you. Do good. Oh my God. You know I'm going to end up going. I'm going to have to make a video about the whole thing, I think. God, it's going to be adventuresome. And I was like, Oh my God. So guys in the chat, are you ready for another one? Stina, are you ready for another one?
I'm ready.
You are so good. You are so cooperative. I keep throwing these crazy. It's like, so far though, not so bad, right? There's
No, they're not bad.
it's just like reading YouTube or watching a YouTube video. It's just full of assholes. It's just you recognize them
Exactly.
so well. It's like you get to know them so well. You know. All right, this one is not as long as that one, thankfully. And hopefully he writes it better. I was having trouble with that. There was no periods and typos, and I stuttered a lot. I get upset with bad grammar people. It's traumatizing for me. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that I can't handle his depression right now? Oh, not another. I'm 37 and I've got a buddy, 4 years old. I know, right? Who has been going through a rough patch. He got divorced last year and he got friggin' hosed by the judge. More alimony than he can afford, lost his house, car, and dog to his ex. On top of that, his brother died and his mom is very sick. Understandably, he's been depressed, and I've done my best to be there for him. I make it a point to include him in everything and check in with him daily. But hanging out with Eeyore, oh, that's not kind, is wearing me down. I've noticed myself starting to get a bit depressed because all he ever wants to talk about is sad stuff. We can be in the middle of having a good time, and he's just like Rosie, his ex-wife, would have loved this, or I wish Rosie was here, but she doesn't love me anymore. I told him I need a few days off because his depression is starting to rub off on me, and I'll be no help to anyone if I'm depressed too. He made a huge dramatic deal over it and called me a fair weather friend, completely ignoring the fact that I've been there for him every day for months now. So Reddit, am I the asshole for needing a break? Well, this one has a little different tone. Just a little different tone.
Yeah, I think that this guy and the first guy need to hang out together and
Because he could,
commiserate. Because
yeah.
they can both cry on each other's shoulders, but I don't know. This one's kind of tough because the other one, the guy was kind of a jerk about it, but this one, it seems like she's really tried to be there for her friend and it's wearing her down.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, so it's just kind of, I think if she really said it the way that she wrote it, like she just said it was wearing at her, then I don't think she's the asshole. But I don't really think the guy's the asshole either. I mean, he went through so much. So I don't know. This is tough. What do you think?
I think I chose it to show the other side of somebody actually trying to tell their friend and commiserate and be supportive, and to show the other side of when you do get to that point where something is affecting you personally, then you definitely need to take a step back because you can't be helpful.
I agree.
You might be snappy like that other guy was, right?
Yeah.
That was that was a little snappy.
And if being there for this guy is affecting her mental health, then she needs to protect herself. I don't think she's an asshole about it. But I just don't know. I think she did the right thing for herself, and I think that his reaction is an overreaction. But I don't think I would necessarily call the guy an asshole in this either. But he definitely overreacted to her saying she needed space. I mean, she just said she needed a few days off. And she's been with him every single day for months. That's a little much anyway.
Right. And I could see how it could get overwhelming. And that's why I think I picked this one, is to show, you can be supportive to your friend and everything, but you got to have a fine balance. You have to make sure it's supportive, but you also have to protect yourself too. Because like they said, I'm no good to anyone if I get depressed too. Like, this is starting to wear me down. If I feel burdened upon, that it's actually overtaking everything for me, then I need to take a step back, because that would be the healthy thing to do. And I think the other person, like you said, is overreacting. I agree with you there. Why can't you take a step back? If you've been there every single day, why can't this person go one day? Or they're only asking for a few days. They didn't say, I need a break from you totally, like go away. They said, I just want to take a couple of days. And,
Yes.
you know, I
That's
hope
why,
though, like, no, go ahead.
oh, I'm saying that's why I'm just wondering however she put it to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, she did refer to him as Eeyore when she was writing the post. So something tells me like maybe she wasn't as nice as she sounded for him to go off like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Exactly.
I'm curious to know how that conversation really went.
Right. I'm saying, like Jersey Jojo said, oh my God, she called him Eeyore. I know, like, do not, like, that was a little bit much, you know? Don't call him Eeyore. Like, now you're being snarky. You know, I get your issue that you're getting a little overwhelmed with it, but be kind. Be kind about it. Uncovering says, get him a hooker and make him a psych appointment. Okay, that could work too. I think that's...
There you go.
Yeah. Mrs. Cassandra, stop shouting in the chat, please. with your
all caps.
Right. Come on. I know you know better, you know. I know you know better. We read what you type. You don't need to shout at us, please. You know. Or it's like, but the ER comment they're saying is not good. And then John, I agree with you. It's hard to pick an asshole in this one because the person we want to call the asshole is depressed. And you can't really, I don't want to pile on him, but he could have been a little more sympathetic to his friend who's been there all this time. I can understand his friend feeling a little unappreciative that they're not getting any credit for being there. And, that had to hurt a little bit. So
it sounds like he's being a bit of an emotional vampire to his friend right now.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's a good term.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't really blame the guy. He lost his whole family basically with his wife and his house and his dog and his money, and then his brother died. I mean, that's a lot to go through.
He did.
Yeah, and that's a lot to lean on just one person for support too. So
exactly. There is so much going on that he needs to learn to manage it. Like maybe at this point, if his depression is more than a few weeks, we can understand you're depending on your friend, but maybe you need to talk to someone else, like a professional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the do good letters, JC says, nope, you can't pour from an empty cup. That also is a very strong sentiment. If you are giving so much that you have nothing left, I mean, nobody's going to benefit. Nobody's going to benefit from this one.
No, that's why they tell you to put your oxygen mask on before you help other people. Because if you're passing out, you're not going to be of help, you know. So you have to take care of yourself first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Crystal says, I do get needing to protect one's own mental health. I absolutely do. Yes, and for anyone that is looking for Stina's link, because I can see you requesting in the chat, it is in the description of the video. It has been dropped a few times already in the chat, and we'll continue to do that. But it is down there in the video for anybody that wants to get it, and you just have to right-click it, and it'll go right in a new tab for you to subscribe. Okay.
Yes.
But because we don't forget our friends. If you're up here, I support you, and you are in that description. Don't worry.
Thank you so much. Worry. I appreciate it.
It's like, but that's what we need to do as small creators. We all need to do that for everybody. It's a good thing, you know. You pass it around, then other people will hear about you that might not normally. You never know who's listening or covering as the video gets, passed around, and they watch it later. John says, I agree. Sounds like he needs a therapist, but the sounds of the post, he wouldn't be able to afford one. This is true. They did say he got hosed, didn't they?
That's true.
Hopefully, there are now in most states, I don't know about all states. In my state, there is a way to sign up for mental health benefits. It may not be what you want a couple of times a week or all, but at least a month, once or twice a month checkup based on income. And if you have no income, of course, no pay. So there is a way to do that.
It's the judge is the asshole in this, because the judge
Yeah,
is the one that took all his money from him.
and now he can't get
now
therapy.
he
And
now he can't get
Rosie
therapy. Yes,
doesn't love him. Yeah, Rosie doesn't love him, and the judge. Yeah, we're gonna have to make
yes,
a category for that.
yes.
The op writer put themselves in that position. Don't become the unofficial support person if you're not prepared to go all the way. I get that. You need to be careful. You cannot become a substitute for a professional in all situations. You want to be a friend, but you got to be careful. You got to keep encouraging them for more professional help as it goes on. And I know
Yeah.
because it's hard in everybody's situation, but at least have them check it out. There are hotlines to call and other numbers that you can, call to research it. But usually every state, at least here in the United States, and I see in the UK and Australia too, because I have those linked to other videos, those 800 numbers, they will direct you to programs that can benefit you. They very rarely, because it's mental health, will leave you out. They may not be able to give you everything you need, but they can get you started on the process somewhere. Because, your friends, they're good and they support you, but they are not professionals. And, a month, things start to drag on a little bit. You want to make sure. You want to just check in. That doesn't mean he's got a problem. That just means a check-in would probably be beneficial for him to make sure it's not going to lead to a problem. So, on that
Yes.
note, what, go on?
Oh, yes. I was saying yes. I agree.
Yeah, they see it. This is one of those things. We're a few hours apart and we're bouncing. It takes a little while to get used to it, doesn't it? Like the stop, whether it's a real stop or if somebody, yeah. StreamYard's really playing with us tonight, Stina. they are trying to get us. Yeah, it happens sometimes. It's happened on another stream too. But I'll just try to take a bigger pause for you so you know. All right, so let's vote, everyone. I'm going to say that, of course, number one is the operator, like it always is, and that would be the gentleman that wants to walk away from supporting his friend just for a couple of days and was not treated kindly about it by the friend. Number two, vote number two, if you think the friend who is depressed and doesn't really care for his friend to walk away for a couple of days and wasn't very nice about it, is the asshole, vote number two. If they're both assholes, vote number three. We know for sure that number four is yay porn. It's always yay porn. Number five is the fundraiser. Number 666 is Karen's haircut. Number 7, okay, is going to be the judge and Rosie, because they started this shit, didn't they? And then number 8 will be Chris is the asshole. This is like, I'm going to vote everything. And except for, I'm kind of leaning not voting number 2 because I think they tried.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, the writer, if you're going to go above and beyond, you have to go above and beyond until the person's better. You can't just go above and beyond for a little bit, So I think they just took too much on. They didn't realize how long it would be.
Yep, I agree. And Belinda made that point. She goes, if you're going to step in, you're going to step in for the long haul. Like you got to be prepared. Like you can't just drop them like that. That's like it. And I agree with you, Zens, that, fuck depression. It's hard. Don't put it on other people. I get it. It's really, really hard. Depression is not pleasant. It's different for everybody, but it is always something that, needs support. It definitely needs support. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Chris, I'll explain shortly. Chris is another creator on another channel that I panel with occasionally, who played a little joke on me about drop bears in Australia while I was on live stream. He likes to play little jokes. And so when he came and did an AIT with me, which was very funny. His name is Chris. He's the atheist pastor, and his channel is The Hereticals. It is in my playlist for AIT. He's a very nice, funny gentleman, very educated. It was a great conversation, great AITAs, but I feel like I need, to defend myself a little bit. Because apparently when they like you, they like to play practical jokes on you. So I'm going to keep this running till I get it trended everywhere, until he actually asks me about it someday. But I think he's not on purpose because he doesn't want it to end. I don't know. But I'm going to keep it going. until he hears about it eventually. Who knows? To me, it's funny. It's my little way. I don't know. But are you
That's
ready?
funny. I'm ready.
Yeah, but I forget that not everybody knows like everywhere that I'm at. They're like sometimes I'm over on that stream is very early in the morning for America. It is like 8 o'clock in the morning. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be there this Friday. It's over on the Hereticals channel. It's linked, I believe, to my Mayhems, but I will try to link when it comes up on my thread on Twitter for anyone. But they are a funny group. And I do like their content. They do that asshole on Twitter of the week, and they look at different tweets and they, do some funny stuff. It's entertaining. I enjoy it. And this Friday will be an all women's panel, from what I understand. And I believe that's being set up. I can't confirm yet because I don't have the link or the panel. But it is suggested that that's what will be happening on Friday. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, fun. I like going on panels. Have you been on many panels, Stina? Except for
No, this is the second one I've been on, other than the YouTube one last week was basically my first one. So this is my second one.
Oh, you did very well. So you can come back anytime and panel. We'll get you being a pro at this at no time. You're very funny. It's good. You just have to get used. We just have to get used to talking to everybody out in the room, right? It's not easy.
Yes. Yes. That's the thing. That's the thing is like balancing the conversation in the chat and muting when my dogs keep barking, so I keep muting my mic. So it's a lot, but it's okay. I'll get used to it. It's fun. I like it. I like it a lot.
No, that's all just the little things that happen during live like that. You never get used to. Something always happens, like today with my robot and my neighbor who's doing conga drums in the back, and I can't stop that. Like it's hitting the mic and making it distracting. But I did what I can. We just keep going and just hope it's not too distracting for everyone and they can hear enough. All right, you ready? I'm going to hit you with this one. This one was pretty good. We're gonna get into a whole different issue. This is not depressing to me, anyway. Am I the asshole for not being comfortable with my mom dating someone 25 years younger than her? All right, I'm posting this for a friend who doesn't know how to use Reddit and wants advice. So my friend, who's 23-year-old male, has a mother who's 45, and she's dating a guy who's 20. They originally started a thing when the guy was 19, but my friend made them break up that time. The guy's mother is extremely similar to my friend, and it's disturbing him on multiple levels. He's tried talking to her about how it makes him feel, and she either disregards it or won't respond to direct questions on the subject. He's torn between being disgusted at what he calls predatory practice or to try and forget and leave well enough alone and let her be happy. Is he the asshole? Okay, I apologize. See, they're difficult.
No, yes. I think I see where. I mean, this. Okay, I'm just trying to wrap my head around a 45-year-old woman dating a 20-year-old when she has a son who's 23. Like, if it was a 45-year-old woman that didn't have a son in that age group, I would say go her, get your groove on. But because you have a son in that age group that's actually younger than that age group, that's giving me a little kind of creepy feeling. You know what I mean? Even though she's really not doing anything illegal or predatory, it's icky, Yeah,
it is. I get that, because on one hand, I agree. I just saw the comment. I'm gonna pull this one up. On one hand, I agree. It's like, you want to say exactly what Jersey Jojo says here. Part of you is like, go mom, like, yay, Cougars, live, right? Like, yes. Go float your boat, do whatever makes you happy. You're not hurting anybody, fine. And then the other part of me is like, but your son is that age. Like, how do you, like, if they're in the same room and you see them both and you're like, no. Part of it is just like Jersey Jojo says, it's like a big ooh. like ooh for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, but on the
Ugh.
other hand, as a parent, I don't want my children deciding who I should have sex with ever. Like, stay out of
That's
my.
true.
All right, if you're listening, children, stay out of my sex life. Like, please, like it's not your business. This is true, but then again, this is an untoward situation. It's a little different. Now, thankfully, they're not friends. Can you now? If it was his friend, and she
Yeah.
met them because it was a friend of his, then that's disgusting. But we don't
Well,
know how they
yeah.
met or anything, you know.
Yeah. Well, but then also like how would the mom feel if the son was dating someone older than her? Would
Yeah,
she would probably have something to say about that, right? So I
yeah.
don't
Well,
know. It's
she
pretty
might have
creepy.
something to say if he was like messing with her best friend or the neighbor who was
Yeah.
older. Oh, but you don't know. She could be a free spirit, and she could say like, "Okay, get your experience. You're not hurting anybody as long as she's willing, as long as there's a consent. It's two adults consenting to a normal relationship on those terms. He's of age. He's over 20. He's 23, her son, right? So who
Well,
are we to
what
say?"
do they do when they all hang out together? Like, do the kids play video games together? Like, what like
Really? That's the thing. I mean, I'm more upset about that. Like, how are they spending their free time all together in the house? First of all, how does he know who she's sleeping with? Like that familiar. Mom, you could have really been a little more careful if you didn't want him to weigh in on this one. You know, if it's going to be that many years, I mean, but I can, also understand it's not anybody's really business.
Yeah. I don't think the kid's an asshole for not liking it though. I think he's just uncomfortable with it, and I don't think he's an asshole for being uncomfortable with it because
Exactly.
I would be
And
uncomfortable with it.
right. I don't know if I had a son who was that age, if I would be comfortable. And if it was something that just happened and it was an experience or whatever, I might be open to it. But I don't think my son's going to know about it. Like, I don't want it to be his business either. I want to keep him out of it for sure.
Yeah.
And he's obviously uncomfortable, but she has a point. Like, stay out of my business. It's my life. And he does want her to be happy. I consent to you. Let's do this. True story. Okay, as long as there's willing consent. That's the thing. I'm like, they are adults. He's not a minor, So Nikki's saying the age is just a number runs through my head. But at the same time, if my mom was dating some guy my age, I wouldn't love it either. Yeah, I could see people being uncomfortable about it. It is a sticky one. It's a little bit of a quagmire there because you want to be able to say you're free to do whatever you want if you're not hurting anyone. But, people are going to be able to say something about it, too, if you're doing it. So it's tough. Like, where's the line there,
And then I'm just curious how her son knows she's even dating someone, because if he's like, is he living, like, he's 22, 23, right? So he's like college age. Is he living with her? Is it because I wouldn't think that she would even be telling him who she's dating unless it was serious. So is she in a serious relationship? And if she's in a serious relationship, then I mean, most 20-year-olds, I can't imagine that. I don't know, but
I cannot imagine. I can't imagine anyone I dated at that age group that would absolutely be able to handle an older woman, except for in one department, so to speak. Not on a not on a relationship type basis, but in the sexual content, I could see how this happens. Women in their 40s are notoriously at their prime, okay, and guys are past their. I don't want to say past their prime because they're perfectly fine. They're not dinosaurs or anything. But what I'm saying is women just feel hormonally more themselves, and they've learned a lot about what they want and what makes them happy. And there's the reason we call them cool. They are just more secure. And I could see they would want the benefit of the randiness, let's just call it what it is, and the eagerness and the randiness and the staying power of a 23-year-old. I could see the benefits there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could see why she would do it. I just don't understand why her son knows about it. I agree with you. In the same house, like, how does he know what's going on? And They broke up once when he was younger. At 19, I'm kind of iffy that they should have been together when he was 19. Now he's like 23. I can understand she went back, but I don't agree with that 19. And then she went back. That's the thing. So maybe there is some kind of connection there. Maybe mom's just not thinking clearly. Zen says, I'm 41 and I have a 30 or younger rule, but a 45-year-old cougar, go get it. Okay. Kim says, yeah, I'm not sure. I think men are held to a lower standard and allowed to date a lot younger, but either way, it's predatory. And you know what? That 19, I agree with you. Predatory there, definitely. I'm not so sure at 23 that it's predatory, but I do think that a young man's mind at 23 could be manipulated quite well by an older woman.
I think that the boyfriend is 20 and the son is 23.
Oh, so it's only been a year. Okay, so he's only 20. Oh wait, now see, now that bothers me a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, right. If he can't buy her a cocktail, he shouldn't be in a relationship with her.
Oh, that's a good rule. That's a really good rule. If you can't buy them a cocktail, back away. Half your age plus 7, according to student. I like that. You have a theory. That's good. Oh, Mrs. Cassandra said that my brother is 29. My stepdad is 36-year-old, 32-year-old, and 28-year-old, and step grandpa, not really, but if they married, he would. I see. So like their ages are too close is what you're telling me, that there's not enough. I can kind of see it. Always Createful says, this I wonder. Makes me wonder what their conversations are like. I don't know how much they're talking always in the benefits that I see, but like you said, that could be considered. Other people are considering that could be predatory. And I kind of, at the age of 20, I think he can give consent, but, could he be manipulated? Yeah. There is that power struggle thing,
Yeah.
I'm torn.
Well, it's funny too, because it seems like if it was like a 20-year-old girl and a 45-year-old guy, everyone would just be like, oh, he's going through a midlife crisis and not really say much about it. But because it's a woman who's the older one, now it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? But to me, it's more like if let's say she was like 45 and didn't have kids or only had daughters or something, it wouldn't creep me out as much as the fact that she has a son in the exact same age group. Because how do you look at your kid and then look at your boyfriend and they're like the same age? Like, that's just weird.
Yeah. That it does. I'm torn. I'm actually beating myself up right now internally because I pulled this AITA because I can't decide. Like, I'm causing myself problems here with the issue. I want someone to be free to have all the sex how they want it, and be free about it as long as they're not hurting anybody. But I am kind of now, when I realize he's not 23 like the son is actually older than he is, and she started the relationship when he was 19 and he's only 20 now, and I am leaning more towards, yes, legally he can consent, but not everything free to do in this country should you do, right? Just because it's not illegal or there's not maybe an outward problem, maybe a little caution would have been beneficial there. In my opinion, it's not something I would do. I would need more information to really slam her for it, but I am curious as to how her son knows about it, which means she's pretty open and perhaps not thinking clearly. It's a good thing. In the chat, they're saying, like, if you're old enough to serve your country and carry a gun, then you should be old enough to have a cougar. And I agree. They can give consent. There's nothing illegal. Other people say, I can't even buy cigarettes unless I'm 21. And, that's an issue there too.
Yeah, I don't think that they're assholes for dating, but I also don't think, because what was the original question was, is the son an asshole for having a problem with it? And I don't think the son's an asshole for having a problem with it. I think I would have a problem with it if I was in his shoes. I would be very uncomfortable with it. And And who knows why the kid has a problem with it. He might have a problem with it because he feels like this other guy is taking advantage of his mom. You know, who knows if they have money or whatnot. But I mean,
It sounds like he thinks mom's being icky, though, the way he worded it.
yeah, I think so
But he wants her
too.
to be happy. Like, I don't even think he thinks the guy is like, I think he thinks the guy's just enjoying himself, you know, as
Yeah.
most 20 years olds would, you know, to be honest. But yeah, this one's a little confusing. So we're going to say the op writer, the boy, the son, rather, not the boy, the
Yes.
son, whose mom is a cougar. If you think he is the asshole for writing this and looking for an answer and having a problem with this, then vote for him at number 1. If number 2, you think mom is the asshole for putting her son in this situation, or that he even knows about it, we're not even going to talk about because she's with the guy. Let's just talk about the fact that her son knows about it and it's an issue for her
There
son.
you go. That's a good way to put
There you
it.
go.
That's a good way to put it. Yes.
Because, you know, I'm conflicted about the age, the consent, and the rest of it. Like I am, and I'll admit it. So I'm going to do what I always do, sit on a fence about it with that peg right up my ass, and I'm just taking it out of the scenario. There you go. Because I cannot decide, so I'm not going to expect anybody else to. But you can, if you want, you can put your decisions in the comment section on the chat. The chat will stay up. I just can't decide on the sexual part of it right now. I can decide on the parental part of it that her son knows as an adult, and this has become an issue. So I will say under that, if you think she's the asshole, do number 2. If you think they're both assholes, because again, then no one's communicating here, they're writing to a damn AITA instead of talking to each other, then vote number 3. And then 4 is Yay Porn. 5 is the fundraiser for the strip club. 6 is 666 for the Karen's haircut. He is always an asshole. 8 is still Chris. Yes, Chris. I see you. I see you, Chris.
Yes. And how about there's one for society looking down on older women dating younger men. Society
there you
can
go.
Be the assholes.
I can get behind that. We'll make that number 7. Stina, good suggestion. You could be a co-host. We could do this. This is a good idea. Number 7. We should do that. Let's do a stream about cougars. I want to be a cougar. You want to be a cougar? I could be a cougar. I don't know.
I guess I could be a cougar. I don't know. Like the last guy I dated was like 4 years younger than me. I don't know if that's really cougar status or not, but I have dated a younger guy before, just not that much younger.
I have dated a few years younger than me. I wouldn't call it cougar status. And then I need clarification. See, I have to do research for a stream now because I'll probably bring this up on Mayhem. Feel welcome to attend, Stina, if you're in the area time-wise. I know you're a little bit behind me there. It's at midnight on Saturday. I'm bringing up the cougar on Saturday, people. I'm going to do some research. What does that actually mean in society? Like, what is the age difference? What's accepted? What, men and women, different standards. That sounds like a good topic. But on that, I'm voting that mom should not let son know about it. So I have to vote mom's an asshole. Not because she's having sex, but perhaps I'm disappointed in her lack of discretion. We'll put it that way.
Yes, there you go.
I don't know how else to put it. And 7, I'm still voting that she should be allowed to do it. I mean, as a cougar, that's fine,
Yes.
Belinda says, predatory mom and soft cheese Chris are the assholes. Oh, I remember you talked with him, Belinda. Yes. Oh, gosh. You are spot on. The soft cheeses because his wife, where they're from. Yes. You remember that story. I'm so glad you're on my side, Belinda. You have a fantastic memory. I do. Keep that. 69, no cartel means no cartel. No cock in the oh, wait.
I like that. That's a good one. That is a good one, Nikki. Good job.
Nikki, can I steal that for when I do the description for Mayhem? When we're talking about cougars, let's go in there. We're gonna use that. Make sure you use that when we do that. That's perfect. Oh my God.
You should come up with a code for cougars. like, you know, like what a cougar code, like rules and guidelines, you know, like, you know, if you have children, maybe not date people younger than them, or if you're going to, don't tell them about it.
Oh, thank you, Uncovering. Nikki's giving you credit for that one. For whoever wrote it, it's brilliant. And fair warning, it is stolen now. I am stealing it. I'm going to use it repeatedly until Saturday and during Saturday's stream, too. That was good. I like that a lot. And the rules, Stina, I agree with you. So anyone in the chat, spread it around. Anybody listening later to the video, if you would like to DM us some suggestions for rules in cougars. And what is the opposite when we say it's a when it's a man? What is the term? Can someone refresh me? Because I'm drawing a blank here. What do you call a man who dates a younger woman? And don't just say lucky, guys. Don't just say Superman or lucky or anything. Like, really, is there a term? Like, we call the woman a cougar if she dates that young.
I don't know if there's a term for guys. I know they used to call them like cradle robbers, but I don't think that's not really a good term to use anymore. They used to say cradle robbers.
No, pervert. They're saying predator, pervert. I guess
midlife crisis. Midlife crisis is usually a lot of the things they blame.
Oh, Manther. I like that. Uncovering. That's what I'm going to use. Thank you very much. But Stacy, I agree with you. Rich, because they'd like trade in the wife with all the children and they go down to like, you know, even younger than their children's ages. At least that's what I see on TV and, you know, around. Manther is definitely what I'm going to use. That's what they're saying. Sugar daddy or man. Well, sugar daddy if he's rich, but those are usually the girls are looking for those sugar daddies. So like, you know, a manther is the male version of a cougar. Thank you very much to everybody who contributed because that's going to be great. But all right. So on this, it looks like everybody is not voting. Did I miss the votes? Am I the only one who voted on this one? I am the only one who voted, and I voted everything except for him.
No.
So there you
go. People voted. People voted.
Yeah, I'm missing it. Yes. Oh, I'm missing. Oh, there you go. 5s. Okay. I see them now. I see your votes too. Yeah, we all are in agreement that mom should not be letting this guy know. That's the problem, that the son even knows about it right now. Yeah, I know, John. I missed them. They're all up ahead where I voted. I was talking and not paying attention, but thank you. Because, they're all. But Beavers Unit, you cannot vote 69 unless you put a phone number. Those are the rules. I'm sorry, love. You need to put a phone number in there next to that 69, or you can't put 69 in there. It's one of the few rules we have, right, Stina? I actually tell my guests before we come on.
That was one of the rules.
I am serious about that rule. Oh, here's a short one for you, Stina, and then I'm going to let you go. You've been so gracious. Thank you for hanging with me. I don't want to keep too much.
Thank you for inviting me. It was fun.
Oh, it is definitely. You're very good at this, and I hope you continue to do it. You're very charming. Here we go for this one. Thank you for the phone number, Beaver. That's good. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Am I the asshole for not wanting to be friends with my ex-girlfriend? We broke up on kind of mutual understanding. I'm more upset about it, in my opinion. I know everyone copes with things differently, but she's already going out to bars and getting drunk, while I've been home just working and playing video games. She still texts and calls me randomly to check on me and talk. Last night, I told her that I don't want to talk anymore, and I just want to be left alone for a while. She got really upset and kept bugging me, so I told her to please just leave me alone. I just feel like I need to get over our relationship, and being friends right now, or even ever, might never be a good idea. We've been friends for 10 years, but I'm starting to believe she really isn't my friend. There's more details to that, but to summarize, she just treated me very poorly in the relationship and friend-wise.
Oh, I don't think they're the asshole. But I feel like I've been in both places here. I've been the one that's like gone out right away, but then, go out drinking and then start calling the ex. And then I also feel like I've also been in a situation where I didn't want to talk to them at all. So I can kind of relate to both sides. What do you think?
I do. I relate to both sides because I've been in a relationship where I was a very, very good friend before we became in a personal relationship, an intimate relationship. We actually, you know, when that ended, you want to still stay friends. You don't want to lose the friendship. However, I do believe you need to give the person the respect and time and honor their wishes, because especially if you're the one leaving, this gentleman is saying that he didn't want the relationship to end and she ended it. In my opinion, she has no right to put claim on him at this point, and he needs time. And if he says he needs time, give it to him. You already got what you wanted. You kicked him to the curb. You're not allowed to keep him dangling on a string just for your ego. And some people do that, and I think it's wrong. Being the
Yes.
person who broke up with someone before, I understand wanting to be friends with them, but I have never pushed the issue. I have had issue with someone I broke up with that I didn't want to be friends with, who pushed the issue on me because they didn't want to break up. And I was like, no, this isn't healthy. Like, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, get gone. Like, bye. Like, I want to be respectful, but you're not hearing me. I need time. I'm breaking up with you because what you did to me was abhorrent, and I got strong feelings about it. Don't make me be mean. Go away. Like, go away. So it depends on the situation. Like, in this situation, she's not being respectful of what he is saying, and that is never okay. It's never okay not to listen to the other person and hear what they're
No,
saying.
I agree. I agree. And plus, it's like, even if you are going to be friends with an ex, there has to be a period of separation, because you can't just go from being in a relationship to being in a friendship overnight without it hurting. So you have to kind of have some kind of closure with each other before
Mhm.
you can go be friends. So that's not, it's just not nice of her to be pushing the issue.
Mm-hmm. And then just tagging them all the time, especially since she's the one who walked away. Be a little respectful. You already got what you want. You got your freedom. You don't get to, like, jack him around on a string, right? It's just not right. Stacy says, I think the ex is using him for validation. If she's aware or not, I don't know. No means no, though. Leave him alone. I agree, Stacy. Some women do that. I see it a lot. I've had my own girlfriends do it, and I call them out on it. Like, why are you, like, making sure, like, you're trying to talk to him about his next girl he'll date and stuff like that? You're just trying to build yourself up. You wanted him not to be your boyfriend. Leave him be. Give him his life. Give him his space. Like, why, girl? You don't have to. They're not dolls you put on a shelf. You don't get to keep them. And take them down and play with them every once in a while. Like, you're in it or you're not. Like, be a grown up. Give him his space. Walk away. Treat them with the respect of being in a relationship with you. Honor that. I feel strongly about that. Even if it's an ex, honor the relationship that you had, even when they're bad. Just walk away.
Yeah,
John,
definitely.
I've tried being friends with a couple of exes, and it didn't work for me. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the way you break up determines what's going to happen, right? And what it's about. Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work, especially, and sometimes, like, when you're friends with exes, it works out really well when the both of you are still single. But when someone starts dating someone else or something, that adds like a complicated dynamic to the situation.
Mm-hmm. It is. Zen says, I'm friends with my favorite ex. We are better as friends. Sometimes that's a situation too. That happened to me when I was younger. I had a very good friend, and then, we just said, oh, well, why not? And we started to date, and it was a disaster. It was the worst. We had so much in common as friends, but you're different with your partners. You're different. You are. And we found out we really didn't get along as partners at all. We went back to being friends, just talking about our other dates with each other, and it worked out quite well. And we still be friends to this day. But it just, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it's hard. A lot of people will not, even though they are attracted to a friend, will not move forward because they don't want to lose that friendship. You really have to think carefully about that.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Right.
It's messy.
Yeah. Yeah. People need varying amounts of time to get over a relationship. Exes should respect that. Yes, the individual, especially if you're the one leaving, please be respectful of the other person. And it's not always hard. Sometimes the other person doesn't want you to leave and they try to contact you a lot or whatever. You know, just it doesn't hurt to be kind, at least in the beginning, unless they get like really bad. It doesn't hurt to be kind and to give consideration. And if he says he needs time, clearly he's saying that. She needs to respect that. She's being very disrespectful. Not I I'm not friends with any ex. There are people who don't. I've lost control of your chat. Sorry, you have a taint hole as a mod. What? I don't know.
Uncovering taint hole. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I do. I actually do have a taint hole as a mod. I did not catch that. Oh my God, uncovering. Wait, this is a Saturday thing. Where are you on Saturday night? That's when you need to call mod as the taint hole for sure. That would be funny. Oh, good. Give me. Oh my God. I did not. You really threw me for a loop there, Mrs. Cassandra. I did not know at first what you were talking about because you're right.
I know. At first, I was like, "Is Mrs. Cassandra fighting with a mod? What is going on?"
Yeah, it's not like her to call someone a taint hole. Usually she says it meaning like taint holes are great, like everybody paint the taint hole or, have some fun. Well, can't imagine she would be calling someone that. It was like, what is going on? You're confusing me. I've lost control of everything. Let's vote on this. Who is the asshole? Is the operator requesting time from his ex, away from his ex? Is he the asshole? Is the girlfriend, the ex, the one who doesn't want to give him the time and is pressuring him? Is she the asshole? Are they both assholes? Number 3. So we got 1, 2, 3. Number 4, yay porn. Number 5, the fundraiser. Number 6, the haircut. Number 7 is like, yay cougars, like freedom. Number 8 is Chris is always the asshole. I got to keep number 7 there until we do the stream. Yeah, I know, Mrs. Cassandra. It's only Tuesday. Can you know what Saturday night's going to be like? If I survive this week, people, look out for Saturday night. Just that's all I got to say. It's 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. But oh my God, I have lost. You guys have brought Saturday into Tuesday. This is going to be, oh my goodness. Oh boy. I think I'm getting a reputation, Stina. I think I think so. I found my tribe of perverts. I found a nice little tribe of freedom perverts here. And I kind of like it because they're pretty cool about it. They're actually quite engaging. But so who did you think was the asshole? Do I need to ask?
Well, definitely the girl. Definitely the girl. And we're always supporting the stripper fund for Claire because she's gotta go see all the strippers. I would suggest go to Las Vegas because you can go to a bunch of different shows and it would be amazing.
I have heard it could be really good and it's very fancy. They put on a good show. Like I've heard it's like more than just your average, stripper bar. So, I know, John, you do. And so do almost all my friends. It's quite cool. We're just free about it. It's like, we're not really perverted. We're just freedom for, porn and sex and cougars and mantha. Well, I don't know. The mantha I have to think about a little bit because there are certain cases I might not be with that. And just like with cougars, I'm not a sexist. The cougar too. Like if she goes a little too far, I wouldn't be with it too. But I think they should, if they're not hurting anybody, it should be it. But yeah. So I don't mean perverted in a bad way. I mean perverted in the best possible way. The best way you could be a pervert. That's what I mean. But Stina, did you have fun?
I did. I had a blast. It was a great time.
I really did too. I hope that you will come back again. And with being on my channel comes an open invitation to attend Mayhem whenever you're free, or if you think you want to on a Saturday night, just DM me and we can arrange for a link. And you could stay as long or as short as you like and work it out. And I hope that we can do something else together in the future, because you're very pleasant. And I had a good time. You have a great sense of humor. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. It was. I just kept at you too, because I'm relentless. I'm a relentless bear, people. Spread that around. I'm relentless. I really am. When I get a good idea, I won't let it go until somebody proves me wrong. And I am wrong occasionally, but not very often. So I'll say that. Not very often. Not often enough, But on that note, I'm going to put the outro on. It stays on for a little while if you want to chat with the people in the stream for a little bit. It stays on for at least 2 or 3 minutes, so you can say hello to people. Thank you again. I hope to see you on other channels. And everybody, her link is in the description. Please go sub to Tina's wonderful content. She is the real person, makeup person for everyone. She's not uncomfortable. It's real product review. It's opening of what kinds of boxes do they call them? That's the unboxings are like for Ipsy and
like the
others.
subscription. Yeah, subscription boxes. I do Ipsy. I do what's it called? BoxyCharm, and I do FabFitFun. So I do those.
All right.
Yeah,
so there's plenty there. There's plenty there. Oh, anytime. Okay, on that, I'm going to put the outro on, and we'll see everybody in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Tomorrow, just briefly, we have at 2:00, we have part 3 of Megan's addiction story. At 7:00, we're doing an OnlyFans, a one-on-one conversation with Tiny Dancer in regards to the OnlyFans situation. On Thursday at noon, we'll be having a conversation with Dina Danzig on my channel in regards to creator accountability and second chances. So you may want, hopefully some people can come and weigh in on that. Friday, I'll be possibly over at Heretickles for 6-pack. Saturday's Mayhem. And Sunday is the Black Mirror review with JC of the Do Good Letters. We're going to do it on her channel this week. And we are going to be reviewing 15 million credits is the episode. So if anybody would like to brush up on that and join us over there, that's a lot of fun too. Stina, what do you have coming up next? Do you have a video or a stream that you want to plug?
I actually filmed Get Ready With Me this morning when I got ready. So I'm going to edit that and put that up probably tonight or tomorrow. And I'm going to be getting a couple of I have an Ipsy bag to unbox. Yeah, I got a couple of videos coming out. I'm doing a video reviewing some lip kits that the Chrisley sisters, they both came out with a lip kit, and they both don't like each other. Yeah, so I thought it would be fun to buy one from each of them and kind of compare them. So I just did
drama and lippies. That's cool.
Yes.
Drama and lippies.
Yeah. So I did a wear test on, for one day for each of them. So now I actually have enough info to film a video. So hopefully work on that soon. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up. It should be fun.
I did forget to announce the YouTube series, which is on Friday this week. I did just get a message that I did leave that out. It is 4:30, and I believe it's on Sunshinery this week. But that is Jamal's YouTube series that I'm involved. You're involved in that too? We were just on that together.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, I'm on it this week because I'm working that day, but hopefully I can make it to the next one after this week.
Yeah, there's a couple more. I'll be doing the moderators one on our channel, but we'll get the schedule out for people, and I hope to see you there. And on that, I'm going to see everybody in the chat. Have a great one, and hopefully see some of you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Stina, so much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.